Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for always a fun, often embarrassing one for me. We are going to react to my pre-season predictions. So because I am a bold, brave and upstanding man, I put my 1 to 24 together as I do every season before a ball was kicked and put it on the internet for posterity. So you can check this back, and we've got clips as well. So we're going to go from best to worst. So I have got some positions dead right, and I've got some close. And as you can imagine, with certain clubs, I am miles out. We'll go from best to worst, as I said. If you're a terrible person, you're going to skip now just to the worst ones and see that I've messed them up. But I'm not interested in you being wise after the event, because we had a little competition on the channel and we'll be checking out the results. I've got loads to go through. A £100 bounty was put up by Peter over on Patreon. So, as I say, not interested in you being wise after the event, because we actually had people with a chance to put their money where their mouth is. And one of those is going to win that £100 bounty. Looking forward to seeing how outperformed I got by the subscribers. Right, shall we do this? And we're going to start with the good ones. And spoiler alert, I have got 3 teams bob on out of the 24 in exactly the right positions. And here is the first. The club is very, very stable compared to, the parachutes running out and that first season under Farker in 12th and selling Maddison. There is chalk and cheese. And if there's no really big mitigating factors or chaos at Norwich, they should win this easily. There we go. I got the position right for Norwich. I got the reasoning right. They managed to maintain the players that got them up before. They were set up to succeed. Only one season in the Premier League. They hadn't picked up big liabilities by spending anything when they were up there. So they were just in a position slightly different to Watford and Bournemouth, who had to get some money off the balance sheet quickly. And they dominated the league, as I said they would. Here comes another bang-on correct prediction. The squad is ridiculous. I know we said that about Premier League relegated teams before, but this is Watford. This is 2020 parachute money, which is very, very different than 2014-15, sort of landscape. So I've got Watford bullying their way back and finishing second. Watford bullying their way back and finishing second. Is that what happened? I guess it is a little bit. Smashed everybody at home, 59 points. Didn't know they were going to be firing the manager halfway through the season, but hey, it's Watford. And their statue gets them through. I don't know, you tell me whether that's fair. But whatever my reasoning, I got the position right. And I got both automatic promotion teams right. Here's another bang-on correct prediction. Last season, slow start, strong finish, just miss automatic. The stakes are high this season, and I have got Brentford just missing out. But I love their work. And look, they will replace Ben Rama. If he goes, they will replace Watkins. But will it be enough to get top 2? Excellent. They will replace Ben Rama. They will replace Watkins. Obviously, Ivan Toney came in. I like what they do, but will it be enough to get top 2? No. 87 points wasn't enough to get past those 2 year one parachute teams, Norwich and Watford. Brentford finishing third. And I was right. Okay, let's move on. And I'm quite happy with this. There is a slew of teams here where I am annoyingly one place out. And here is the first of those teams. I just don't see enough turnaround and enough grind of recruitment like you've had at Bristol City in the past and Brentford to really turn the needle there. So Preston, I had them to finish 12th. They finished 13th. Another one with a managerial change there. Not enough grind in the recruitment. Recruitment grinding to a halt, middle of the table. I'm pretty satisfied with that. And only one place out. So I had Preston finishing one place higher. They underperformed me by one position. Here's another one place out. I just don't see what evidence there is there that they're going to keep on improving. I don't see the pattern of play changing wildly where they start dominating the league. They're a bit streaky last season as well. So Blackburn finished 15th. I had them in 16th. I was quite surprised when I saw my predictions because I've been banging on all season that they're underachieving, but then I contradicted myself by saying they were going to finish fairly low in 16th anyway. But I'm just one place out there. I will take it, even though I feel I might have contradicted myself a few times during the season. That's allowed, and I'm admitting it here. Here's another, just one place out down in the relegation zone.
Yes, they're trending upwards. Yes, they're stable, and the manager is over 1 year of full tenure. However, I think the small fish tag is going to do for Rotherham again.
The small fish tag is going to do for Rotherham again. Well, sadly, I was right. Just didn't quite have enough to get over the line. Annoyingly for me, I predicted Rotherham to be relegated, and they were relegated. On the day yesterday, at kickoff, they were in 22nd where I had them. They ended up in 23rd. So I am one place out. And I was one place out with another relegated team. Correct to get them relegated, but one place out on.
I think that 12 points deduction is going to be a bit of a death sentence. Firstly, because you're looking like 60 points, basically. I think 46 to survive. So 58, 59, 60.
It's Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, we're all over the place on Wednesday because we're all making predictions based on minus 12. And none of us knew they were going to fire two managers essentially before Christmas as well. But a lot of us had them going down. They did go down. I had them 23rd. They ended up bottom of the table, Sheffield Wednesday. So I'm one place out on that one. And I'm one place out on this bunch here.
You're never more than 6 months away from a manager possibly going, are you? And managerial tension. How is the Trillian and Karanka, who's been traditionally curmudgeonly there?
I'm really happy with that one. How are Trillian and Karanka going to get on? Not very well. He's gone. There we go. It's like we could all see that one coming, couldn't we? So I had Birmingham to finish 19th. They've outperformed me, thanks to Lee Bowyer coming in at the end of the season, by one position, but right place in the table. And I think I've got my reasoning bob on there, haven't I? One more, one place out.
I don't know anything about what Carlos Corberan is going to do. He could be amazing. In which case, I'll eat my words and they'll finish way higher, and I'll be totally wrong about Huddersfield, like I was last season when I had them 8th and they finished 18th.
Well, fortunately, I wasn't totally wrong about Huddersfield. I had them to finish 21st. They finished 20th, so one place out. I think it is a good job in the end, considering there's no money there and the parachutes were paid off when the club was sold to the previous owner, weren't they? So Huddersfield, one place out. God knows where I'm going to put them next season. But hey, I don't have to think about that for a few months. So I am very, very pleased to report 3 correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one place out. So that's 9 out of 24 teams either correct or within one position, which I'm very, very happy with. Now, we're going to move on to 2 positions out. I have got a few of these as well, so I'm happy with this. Obviously, some people will argue that's essentially a 5-place spread. But the fact is, I'm 2 positions out, so it's pretty close. Let's start with this one. 2 places out.
Will they give some to Harris? I think more in terms of loans. They've bought in Ojo and Jordan Osai Tutu as loan players. That looks decent. I've put negative recruitment. I just need to see something to excite me to go in, to make me think they can match 5th place.
So I had Cardiff to finish 6th. They end up finishing 8th. And I'm talking about the fact that they're reliant on loans and I'm not quite seeing enough there to get them to 5th. Well, if I'd said not quite seeing enough to get them into the playoffs, I would have been bang on with my reasoning because they finished 2 places below in 8th. Not the worst prediction I've ever made. Neither is this one, 2 places out.
If you look at Eze, Wells and Hugel not being there, you can only kind of conclude negative. Then I've put club stable, which is amazing for QPR, which is rare, and a manager in the second full season. I think they'll score enough goals to get them into the middle of the table.
I'm not going to say too much about that. I'm going to go straight on to this one and we'll deal with this 2 together. So another one, 2 places out.
They're trending up as a club generally. I just feel they need to work their way into that recruitment level that Bristol City and Preston have done the past couple of years to be sustained top half. And I think even if they do finish ninth, I think that's a good finish.
So I had Millwall 9th and QPR 11th. As it turned out, QPR were 9th and Millwall were 11th. So I got the two of them the wrong way round. I think my reasoning was pretty decent enough, and I'm in exactly the right spot in the table. Good job, really, by both teams in the end. I think the expectations are quite high at Millwall after the two 8th place finishes. And I think QPR did very well in the second half of the season. If only I'd swapped them over, I would have had them both bob on in 11th and 9th. Here's another one, 2 places out.
Coventry might have a bit more about them to score goals and get about teams here. The recruitment's been positive. Sheaf and Hamer, the midfielder, Hammer, however you pronounce it.
Really happy with that prediction. Coventry 2 places out. And my words there were, in comparison to the other League One teams, they might have a bit more about them in terms of pattern of play to get about teams. That was right. Wycombe and Rotherham, their compatriots from League One, couldn't get on the score sheet and get those wins on the table where Coventry could at the end of the season. And I did like the idea of Gus Hamer before seeing him kick a ball, and that has turned out to be a good signing. So Coventry 2 places out. Here's another one, 2 places out, the last one, and then we can get into some more embarrassing ones.
I think Wycombe is going to be a struggle. They're going to have a very set pattern of play, which worked for them last season. But remember, they were barely even expected to be in the top 8 in League One, let alone surviving in the Championship. So,
well, there we go. I think we all probably, I don't know too many people will have Wycombe bang on in 22nd, because loads of predictions I saw had them finishing bottom or 23rd. They outperformed lots and lots of expectations here. They were ultimately relegated, which makes my prediction kind of in the right ballpark there, but 2 places out. And not that I'm ever happy to see anybody go down, but before a ball was kicked, I can now tell you that I correctly predicted automatic promotion for Norwich and Watford, and correctly predicted all 3 relegated teams in the wrong order, albeit, but Wycombe, Rotherham and Wednesday were my 3 to go down. So big picture, as I always say, very, very pleased with that. Right, shall I stop gloating now and we'll look at some ones that I got quite badly wrong? There are no predictions that I got 3 places out. So we're now going to move on to a team that finished 4 places higher than I thought they would.
They have made some good moves recruiting, but the issue is you have to replace a Borja Baston, a Sam Surridge, or a Rhian Brewster as the goal scorer. None of them are there now.
Well, that's interesting. Steve Cooper's stitched me up here at Swansea, but I'm saying they don't have a striker, so they won't finish in the playoffs. And they didn't have a striker all season, and they have finished in the playoffs. So Swansea outperformed me by 4 places. I'm just going to say that's a good job by Steve Cooper, because the investment's been minimal. They've sold each season, haven't they? And that striker issue, sold Joe Rodden as well. We took Dan James, McBurney, etc., without massive investment. So I think, if my opinion's anything to go by, that shows really that Swansea being up there and challenging for automatics for sort of the first 2/3 of the season was a pretty good job by them. I think you would agree. Here's one that's 5 places out. They are starting to get worse now, as you can imagine.
I've given him a +2 purely on the Warnock factor. He's going to have to work some magic to get them towards the top half, let's just say. So I've gone 15th.
So Middlesbrough finished in 10th position. I had them in 15th. And what an idiot I am, hey? Deary me, I underestimated the Warnock. Never underestimate the Warnock. So Borough going from a relegation battle last season up to the middle of the table. I had them in 15th, kind of halfway between the 2 issues, but 5 places out. So well done, Warnock. 2 fingers up to me from the old master. Right. I've got none 6 places out and none 7 places out. So these ones are really embarrassing now. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them left. Are over 8 places out. Ouch. I'm supposed to know about this stuff. Here's the first one, and quite an obvious one.
We all like Struber. We like the football he plays. We like the innovative recruitment. Club is stable. They are trending upwards for once.
Barnsley, 8 places out for me. I had them in 13th. So, look, I think a lot of people are going to get a bit more embarrassed by Barnsley than I have. But I'm still a mile out in 8 places, a third of the league out. I was talking about Struber. We didn't know Struber was going to be gone within 5 or 6 games of the season. We didn't know Ishmael was going to come, and they were going to essentially perform like a top 4 team, really, for most of the season. I mean, I say most of the season. They finished in 5th, for goodness sake. So Barnsley outperforming me by 8th place. I'm not in the slightest embarrassed because they've been great, haven't they? And I'm very happy to be wrong about that one. Now, here's an example of someone trying to be too clever for their own good.
This is going to be a bit chaotic here. Yes, they've got the parachute payments. That's a big green there. However, club is unstable. There's a relegation, and Eddie Howe's gone, and he was stability there. Negative recruitment. Lots of good players going out. Callum Wilson, Nathan Ake, Aaron Ramsdale, etc.
Pathetic, dreadful prediction there on Bournemouth. I was trying to be clever. I said it at the time. There's often a relegated team that doesn't stabilise immediately and goes down and has a season in the bottom half of the table and then maybe regroups. We've seen even teams as big as Aston Villa sort of do that and have a bad first season. I thought Bournemouth were going to be in chaos without Howe, without Wilson, Ake and Ramsdale. I was wrong. They finished in the playoffs and I am 8 places out. But that was a gamble from me, and sometimes a gamble pays off. Sometimes a gamble doesn't pay off. That one didn't pay off spectacularly. Anyway, we can be a bit more cheerful about me being 8 places wrong about this team.
Luton just need to stay in the division, get to the new stadium and build gradually. I've got them as a small fish as well, so good luck to them as well. Low commercial revenues, small stadium. As I say, need to get to the bigger one. Good luck to Nathan Jones. I like Luton.
Well, I don't care that I'm wrong about this one because Luton have been great, haven't they? Same as Barnsley, really. So I had Luton to finish 20th. Now, do remember that Luton were like bottom with about, 10, 12 games of last season to go when we came back from the lockdown. Great survival. And as I said in the clip there, just stay in the division and build. They've done way more than that. They've been ruthless away from home, haven't they? Picking up all those clean sheet and sort of 1-0 wins. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall's been great in the centre of midfield. Nathan Jones has been great as manager. And they've finished in the top half. Luton probably outperforming even most of their fans' expectations. So quite happy to be wrong about this one. Right, this one now, well, they just get cringeworthy now. So I am 9 places out. Not half the entire league, but 9 places out on this team.
A lot of Bristol City fans didn't really want Dean Holden. They wanted a safe pair of hands to move on from Lee Johnson stabilising them in upper mid-table. So I've gone 2 places up. I have a theory that they may not be finishing the season with Dean Holden. And it might be curmudgeonly Chris Hughton or Mick McCarthy taking Bristol City to 10th in the end after they were, 16th in October or something.
I was kind of right, wasn't I? I said Dean Holden's not going to finish the season. They're going to bring in a curmudgeonly guy. Well, look, Hughton had already gone to Forest. McCarthy had already gone to Cardiff. So it was Nigel Pearson in the end who definitely fits that grumpy elder statesman with loads of experience. If they'd done it earlier in the season, I would have been right. But remember, Dean Holden actually won some games towards the start of the season. Bristol City have been awful since then and stooped all the way down to 19th. So some of my rationale was kind of pointing in the right direction. I'm clutching at straws here, aren't I? But I am still 9 places out. Expected Bristol City to be in the top 10. Right, should we do some double figure ineptitude from me? I am 10 places out with these 2 predictions. Here's the first.
Mark Bowen's gone. I don't know anything about Veljko Paunovic, the manager. I think they've got some good players with Swift and Maite and Ejaria, but there's just this air of instability about Reading that makes me worry.
Well, a lot of what I said was true. They've got some good players. There is an air of instability, and you do still worry about the financial side of it, whether they can keep wiggling around possible FFP sanctions. But I had Reading to finish 17th. they finished 7th. And my prediction was pretty much screwed after 8 games when they won 7 and drew 1 of the first 8 games, didn't they? So well done, Reading, proving me completely wrong there. And based on that absolutely brilliant start, and they have got good players and they have managed the instability pretty well this season. So we'll see how they go next. But egg on the face, 10 places out. And oh my God, this one. Will I never, ever learn when it comes to Stoke? For God's sake.
Shoot me down. What am I doing? Stoke have stitched me up the last couple of seasons. Plus 11 places I've gone for Stoke. Look, I could have egg on my face yet again.
Just ridiculous. Just absolutely stupid from me. I was totally wrong with Stoke last season as well. My contention was that Stoke are a big club with big size in championship terms. They're on the 3rd year of the parachute payments. Under Michael O'Neill, I think they were the 7th, under his tenure, 7th best team in the league for a lot of last season, maybe the final 60% of it. I thought that trajectory will continue. They'll sign a couple of players and they'll be in the playoffs. And unfortunately, I thought very high in the playoffs as well. 4th, absolutely miles out. I thought I might get away with this one a little bit. Tyrese Campbell got injured, didn't he? And I thought, okay, they'll finish in 9th or something and I'll be 5 places out. No! Nosedive down to 14th. Thankfully, they won. Did they win yesterday? I think, yeah, they won at Bournemouth yesterday, didn't they? So, look, they ended the season with a win. But 10 places out. And look, you know what's going to happen next season. I predict Stoke to finish 15th or something and they'll finish 5th. I just cannot get a read on Stoke, for goodness sake. Right, 2 left. And this one is 12 positions out. Half the table out. You probably know who these teams are if you've been ticking them off as we've been going. But yeah, another dreadful prediction from me for Nottingham Forest.
Let's be honest, they should have finished 5th last season. I know the argument is they relied too heavily on Lolly and Graben. However, there's now some backup. Luke Freeman's come in on loan. Lyle Taylor has come in. Yes, they've lost Matt Cash, but in central midfield, Colback has come in. Bakiru has come in. Blackett's come in to help out. At the back, I like the recruitment. I feel they're trending upwards from some poor finishes. They've got a manager in 2nd full season as well. The only issue is the instability, is that Mr. Marianakis is only ever 10 games from firing the manager.
Thank God I said that last sentence. After bigging Sabri Lamucci up for his near 5th place finish the previous season, Mr. Marianakis is only 10 games away from firing the manager. And of course, we all know that there was some kind of fallout between Lamucci, the players, Marianakis, etc. And Forest started absolutely abominably badly. And to be honest, Chris Hughton couldn't get them any further than 17th away from the bottom. So a 17th place finish for Forest. I had them to finish in 5th. I was imagining Lamucci would be there for the season. I thought they'd added a few more players in and things were going to perk up those 2 places. To be fair to me, Forest have dropped 10 places this season. So blame them, not me. Well and truly stitched up. Here comes my worst prediction. This is the last one, guys. You know it's Derby County. They're the only one left. Derby just escaped relegation yesterday, finishing 21st. They went into the season with Philippe Koku. Where did I think they were going to finish?
And they retooled, promoted young players, Whitaker, Buchanan, Knight, Sibley, Bird, brought in Rooney alongside them. Yes, they need a forward. However, I think that they're on the right track. I think those young players are going to improve. I've put club unstable just because constant FFP stuff, Mel Morris, and will the ownership even change soon? We don't know.
There's so much to say about that. Look, I said they need a forward. They didn't damn well sign a forward, did they, after letting Martin go out and Jack Marriott go out? I said, will the ownership change soon? That was in like the start of September we would have made this video. And then the ownership nonsense rumbled all season. I spoke about the youngsters. They just didn't, get them into the team, did they? Obviously, Knight's done well, but Sibley we thought was going to be great. Buchanan has come in and come out as the season has gone. Whittaker obviously got sold and then scored past them for Swansea. So I am 14 places out on Derby. I thought they would go to 7th under Philip Koku, and they finished 21st after a chaotically dreadful season and just by the skin of their teeth get away without being relegated. So look, that is my reaction to my pre-season predictions. Obviously, very happy. I got the entire top 3 in the right spots. I picked all 5 of the teams that are going to move before the playoffs. I got the top 2 and I got the 3 relegated teams. Didn't get the 3 relegated teams in the right order. I had 3 teams bob on and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had 9 teams within one position, which I'm happy about. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 teams within 2 positions. And then we get into the crazy ones. Very happy to be proved wrong by Barnsley and Luton. My Bournemouth gamble didn't work. Bristol City, big regression. Happy to be proved wrong by Reading because they were much higher. Stoke always stitched me up. And come on, put your hand up if you got Forest and Derby in their correct positions. Really, really stitching me up badly there. All a bit of fun. As I said, we have got a competition running on this, so I will make the checks. I'll do my work at some point in the next day or 2. We're very busy with the playoffs, but someone's going to win £100. So don't be wise after the event if you haven't made your own predictions. And someone we're going to give a big slap on the back for presumably making some very good predictions, because we did get loads of entries for that and I need to check out the results. But always a good bit of fun. That is my reaction to my pre-season predictions. Look, I'll be back doing it in August again, equally as nervous. I'm not too unhappy with it. You're always going to get a few absolutely drag down your average, but there we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Get your thoughts in via the comments. And good luck if you entered the competition, which I will be dragging out the screenshots I took of all the entries very, very soon. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.